one of my favorite bands coming out of the city right now is this trio, Sun Astros. And I think there's a lot of reasons why I really dig this band, but it starts with the idea of you constantly hear older rock musicians. They're always like, rock and roll, man, you just don't hear it anymore. It's dead. It's not happening. And I think that is one of the most detached statements you could possibly hear from anybody, because if you actually put your ear to the streets here in the city of Detroit, there is so much great rock music that is well and alive. I'm thinking of Towheads. I'm thinking of The Stools. I'm thinking of Sugar Tradition and so many bands in between. And I think one of the bands ultimately leading this charge in one of the most interesting and sonically dynamic ways is Sun Astros. They are fantastic. They have blown my face off when I've seen them live, and this has been a long time in the making to bring them into our studios. So right now, in studio with me, the band Sun Astros, performing live for you in Studio A right now on Culture Shifts.
Paint your friends in silver, green, and gold. Show them how rich they are. Show them what they're worth to you.
Live in studio with Sun Astros, a trio from right here in the city of Detroit, performing live for you, giving you a front row seat of what Detroit rock and roll sounds like today. Sun Astros is Bradley Astros, and Scotty Astros. You just heard the tracks Slipping Away, Already Gone, and before that, Hellion, live here on Culture Shift. And after a quick break, more music from Sun Astros here on Culture Shift on WDET. You're listening to Culture Shift here on WDET. I'm Ryan Patrick Hooper, in studio with Detroit's own Sun Astros. Tomorrow night, they're going to be performing at Outer Limits Lounge, one of the great independent venues in Hamtramck. It's going to be a fantastic show, and we're getting you ready with this exclusive in-studio session with Sun Astros. Right now, this is the track Crystal Clear by Sun Astros live in studios here on WDET. Sun Astros absolutely trying their best to peel the paint off the walls of Studio A with that track crystal clear in here. This is a mighty three-piece from the Motor City made up of Benny, Bradley, and Scotty, performing for what I believe is your first time on the radio. Benny, go ahead and tell me a little bit about how this band first came together.
Well, it was all the stars aligned for this project. I had recorded an album of demos for myself in my apartment in all the wrong ways with very limited resources and tools. There was still something there. I really felt strongly about these songs. And both of these guys have been friends of mine for a long time now. And they both listened to the tracks because I was eager to share. And within 24 hours, without the other person's knowledge, they both came to me and said we should start a band with these songs. Brad one night when we got coffee, and Scotty the next morning. And just like that, within a day, I had a band and some guys willing to play some of these tracks with us. So
there's an insane chemistry here, no doubt about it. Tough to define, which I think is the best way to go about it. When I first played you guys on Culture Shift on WDET, I think it was the track She's Got a Man, which you're going to play a little bit later on. And I guess I kind of regret saying this now, but I said, these guys sound great, but I think they owe the Cramps a check, was the first thing that I said. Because I hear some of that sort of like rockabilly punk buried deep inside of this, a sound I didn't really expect to come back. But you're bringing a lot of sonic layers and a lot of psychedelic flair to it. Like I feel like I'm lost in the desert tripping on LSD when I'm listening to a lot of this music.
thank you, Ryan.
What are some of the influences that you're trying to unpack?
You nailed it. I had, until just very recently, had not visited the West Coast or the Pacific, strangely, and so many of my influences seem to come from, these white-hot, visionary desert experiences and, big tumbling waves and stuff like that, and I'd never even touched any of that stuff. I'm a Michigan man, But it always informed the music I make, and, surf rock and dirty, fuzzy rock and roll like the Cramps, absolutely. I saw them right before Lux Interior passed. It's one of the best shows I've ever been to in my life.
And you can definitely hear that in some of the music. And I think when we think about Detroit rock and roll, you're thinking of the Stooges and you're thinking of MC5, which is really, straight ahead muscle car engine rock and proto-punk, essentially. I don't think people necessarily think of Detroit producing kind of more desert fringe psychedelic weirdo punk, but there is a lot of that stuff that's happening in the city right now. I mean, to put it in context for people, the last time I saw you guys perform live was in some random person's backyard, and the only thing that could stop you from finishing your set was the Detroit Police Department.
Oh, you were there. Yeah. Yeah, that was our good friend Joel. Yeah, we were too much for the city of Detroit.
Well, and a shout out to Joel Makoviak and Casablanca, which is his home and venue that he has so kindly, welcomed us to, and which has been a really fertile ground for not only ourselves, but many other, groups that we would, call our sort of sibling groups, musical groups in Detroit.
Yeah, Bradley, I think that's something that is really important to know about this scene in Detroit, how grassroots and sort of in the neighborhoods it is. You can walk into an unassuming house, into someone's backyard. There's a stage built there. There's a band like Sun Astros performing. And yeah, unfortunately, the police did have to cut your set short. I'll give some credit to the police for being pretty kind of chill about the whole thing and just standing ominously off to the side to give the impression that people needed to leave.
I mean, to their credit, we didn't even stop when they asked us to, so... No more comment on the police after that, but they let us play through the rest of our song pretty much,
Yeah, it's really incredible to see some of the bands that are coming out of this scene. And the most important thing is making sure that people can hear it. So let's dive into another track. Before we get into this, Benny, tell me a little bit about Detroit Coyote, this next track you're going to play for us.
Oh, man. The name came about, and the music came first. It always comes together, and music seems to come first. The words come later, and I try to figure out where it's coming from. But I've been seeing coyotes after we'd play a gig, I'd be coming home at 3 o'clock in the morning from a club, and I'd see a coyote, which is kind of rare, living in the city. And I always thought it was a dog, and I even went to go try to rescue a stray dog one time, and I got close enough and found out it was a coyote. It was just a sign, I was seeing them all over the place while I was writing this song, so...
So for you, as a lyricist, as a songwriter, we are getting a little bit of a window into your head and your own experiences.
Maybe I'll let you in. Yeah.
Detroit Coyote is the track. The band is Sun Astros. Live in Studio A here on Culture Shift on WDET. This is what the Motor City sounds like right now. Sun Astros, Detroit Coyote here on Culture Shift. Sun Astros performing the track Detroit Coyote. Shout out to Scotty on the drums. Quite a feature for him towards the end of that one. Really, really tight rhythm section with this group. That is Bradley on bass and Benny on guitar and vocals. Really great three-piece coming out of the Motor City that you can see live tomorrow night at Outer Limits Lounge. They're going to be playing with a couple more bands that are going to be there too, including Paint Thinner. We're going to tell you more about that and have more music live from Studio A here on Culture Shift with Sun Astros coming up on WDET. Who said rock and roll is dead? We're proving it is alive and well here in Detroit with Sun Astros, who are set up live in our Studio A and playing an exclusive set just for you, with you in the front row, no matter where you are right now as you listen. They're going to be playing tomorrow night at Outer Limits Lounge. Great opportunity to support an independent venue and an independent band. And if you're not convinced yet, let's keep turning up the decibels here with Sun Astros as they dive into this track, the first track I ever heard from them, and really fell in love with this band, She's Got a Man by Sun Astros, right now on Culture Shift on WDET. That was hot. That was the track She's Got a Man by Sun Astros. That one is on their debut record, self-titled record that they put out, limited edition. You can get that through their Bandcamp, which is the best way, really, to support local bands, right, is buying the actual physical media. And Benny, I believe you're actually going to have some of this vinyl, I'm sure, for sale tomorrow night, Outer Limits.
We still have a box or two. We do. We have some left. They're in limited supply. Can I talk about the record a little bit?
Please do.
I'm so proud. My heart. So this thing we funded completely, with our own money and our own hard work and everything. Every record was screen printed by our hands. Everyone is completely unique. The one on your desk right now is kind of a cute one. Turn that over and look at the colors on the back of that thing. Gorgeous.
Yeah, these are basically, each sleeve is its own work of art.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, we're really, really happy with it. And we actually just are about to wrap up album number 2 with our good friend Cameron Frank, who recorded this record, and many other great bands in town as well. He's kind of like Detroit's sweetheart right now. He's kind of like you. Everybody knows you. Everyone knows Cam. He does write by a lot of great rock bands in the area.
Yeah, this first record, you also worked with Cameron Frank on the first record, and it was mastered by Kate Derringer from Shadow Show, I believe, right?
Absolutely.
So this community of bands, when we start thinking about this punk, this rock with this psychedelic tinge that is coming out of Detroit right now, Shadow Show, Sugar Tradition, Sun Astros, tell me a little bit about that community that you found yourself part of with these other bands and kind of what it means for local music here in Detroit.
Absolutely. There's almost so much that I regret that I can't make it to, to most of it. There's something every night of the week right now. And so, I mean, I was super inspired by all the bands that you just mentioned, Stools, Towheads, Shadow Show, Sugar Tradition, and Scotty's trying to, Wombworm. Yeah. Let me get to it. I got a long list here. Someone should have given this guy a mic. He's got something to say. Wombworm are good friends of ours as well. Every time we played at Joel's house, we played with Wombworm. Yeah, we're going to play with Fen Fen for the first time this Saturday as well. And we're kind of like, I feel like we're just slightly behind, We're a little bit late to the game because they've been around for years, and we kind of came out blasting, So.
But I also have to mention a lot of gratitude for all these groups that have been around a little bit longer than we have. They've really welcomed us with completely open arms, and it's been really easy to sort of break into this community, and I think that's worth mentioning as well.
It's not competition, it's really supporting one another.
Well, I would say it's a little bit of both. I'd be lying if I said that it wasn't like a friendly competition, but that's the type of thing that, all of us, the water level rises and all the boats rise, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. So we're hearing a lot of stuff that came from this record, this debut record that's already out. But I noticed this next track, White Hot Vision. Is this something new? Is this going to be on the second record?
Actually, the only thing that I think is on that first, let me look. The only thing that's on that first record you're holding is She's Got a Man. Everything else here is new, and it's on the next record. Yeah.
So this is kind of a look of where Sun Astros is heading musically as a band with this new record.
Absolutely.
That's scheduled to be out in July, I believe.
The next one?
Are you hoping?
That'd be great. I mean, we still got, let's say July. I mean, realistically, we might be 1 year from the day of the first release, which was in January. So
Gotcha.
Physical release.
Because as a local band, are you still dealing with vinyl pressing delays? Are we still having a little of a backlog when it comes to that stuff?
It's not as backed up. Archer's backlog has smoothed out some, from what I've heard.
So this is Detroit music made in the Motor City, and of course you're printing at one of the most legendary vinyl pressing plants here, Archer, who are doing their thing for quite some time.
Right, with Detroit cash. We spent Detroit red, hot cash.
Sun Astros here in studio with us, a mighty trio from the Motor City, debuting new music. You're not going to be able to hear it anywhere else except here on Culture Shift, and tomorrow night at Outer Limits when they perform live at that great independent Hamtramck venue. Let's get back into music with Sun Astros. This is White Hot Vision, live in Studio A here on Culture Shift on WDET.
White hot vision.
Sun Astros, the track White Hot Vision. Unreleased music from them that they're premiering for you here at Culture Shift on WDET. Major shout out to everyone that helps make these live sessions here on Culture Shift and WDET happen. Sam Beaubien, Conor Anderson, and Nate Bender are engineers for this session. If you're wondering why that live mix sounds oh so good coming through the airwaves, we really do appreciate them. And Tia Graham holding it down on the board. It takes a small village to bring local bands like this into our studios, to have them set up and dedicate our resources to bringing you a front row seat to local music. It's something we're very dedicated to, and it's something we hear from you that is really, really important about the public service that WDET does. So as you're listening to Sun Astros and you're hearing this live session, think a little bit about what it takes and be part of investing in that and helping it happen to make sure that we always give this platform and stage to our Detroit musicians. You can go to WDET.org/give to make a gift if you want to hear more live local music on WDET. That is WDET.org/give to make that gift. We're coming towards the end of our live session with Sun Astros, but they've got one more song in the bag for you. We're going to take a quick break and come back with more Sun Astros live in Studio A here on Culture Shift on WDET. This is Culture Shift on WDET. I'm Ryan Patrick Hooper, live in Studio A with Detroit's own Sun Astros. Now, you're thinking about local music, the best ways to possibly support local music. It's a great way to do it is to actually buy physical media and buy those tracks via Bandcamp, which allows the most money to get directly to the band. So just search Sun Astros, check out their Bandcamp. You can get those limited edition vinyl records, their debut record, all hand-printed, basically individual works of art that they have put together for the sleeve, and great tracks on the vinyl. Just search Sun Astros Bandcamp, and you'll be able to find that. We'll also get that up over at WDET.org. Another great way to support local music is, of course, going out and seeing it. And one of the great venues in Hamtramck, called Outer Limits Lounge, will be hosting Sun Astros tomorrow night, along with some other great bands. And right now I'm in studio with Benny on guitar and vocals, Bradley on bass, Scotty on drums. Benny, tomorrow night, Outer Limits, gonna be a fantastic set. Tell me a little bit about what people can expect from a Sun Astros live set. They're getting a taste of it, but it is a different beast to be out in the wild and to see you guys in your outfits with your vibe.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a whole thing.
Nobody can even see what we're wearing right now. This shirt does not breathe. It is warm in here, but we look good.
There's
right
this
now.
whole aesthetic that I've noticed along with this like psych rock punk scene in Detroit. It just feels like another era, of course, with some contemporary flair. But if I were to take you guys back to like 1971, I think you'd fit right in.
Nobody would kick us out. No,
Exactly.
no, it's a big deal. I think to separate yourself from the crowd. I mean, we're here to entertain. You're literally paying money at the door to be entertained, and I want to give you a little bit more for that dollar, you know? So we spend a lot of time on our music. I think the delivery is a little bit different in a live setting, as you can imagine, without the headphones, the studio. Everything feels kind of squashed in here. We are going to go maybe twice as hard tomorrow. The guys. Maybe even 3 times. 3 times harder tomorrow. We can turn up really loud, and we can get those sweet spots in our amplifiers and stuff. We're gear nuts, so yeah, we're really proud of this stuff.
Yeah, Benny, I got to say, a lot of times you hear musicians say, it's about the fans, and we're really working hard to put on a good set for you. And sometimes it sounds like a press release. It sounds like lip service, but it seems like you guys really do have that vibe that when you want to go on the stage, you want to leave everything on that stage for Detroit audiences, which I would imagine they kind of demand that of their local bands. Have you noticed that?
The city, yeah. I mean, look at all the great bands that we're following. We have to. It's an obligation. Yeah.
And not only that, we're having a lot of fun doing this. And I think that if you come and see us live, you're going to have a good time simply because it's going to translate. That we're proud of what we're doing. It's really enjoyable, and we hope that, you catch the vibe too. And I think you will.
There's nothing but great things ahead for the band Sun Astros, and we're getting you in on the ground floor as they perform live in Studio A here on Culture Shift on WDET. They're closing this set that they've done for you with a track that they call a Sun Astros classic. This is Gutter Goldmine. Tell me a little bit about this track.
I'd prefer not to comment, honestly. I want to get invited back in the future. And,
Oh, okay.
You know, we're just going to let the audience interpret this the way that they would like, and you.
Yeah, Gutter Goldmine makes me think of a ground score. I think I know where we're heading with this.
Well, and I would also say, without giving any of the song away itself, that this is kind of, in my opinion, and I'm sure you guys share the same opinion, that it's kind of a definitive Sun Astros track.
Okay, so if you're trying to get an idea of what Sun Astros is, what's in the DNA of their rock and roll, this is the track.
This is absolutely where it started. Yeah, this is one of my favorite demos off of that first record that I made alone. It's probably the most successful sonically, you know, with the limitations that I had. And I was really happy with that. And, you know, trying to recreate that the best we can.
It's where it started for the Sun Astros, and it's where we're going to end with the Sun Astros as they perform in Studio A here on Culture Shift on WDET, Gutter Goldmine. Sun Astros live in Studio A. See them tomorrow night at Outer Limits Lounge. Support Detroit music. Give all your money to Detroit artists. And tell them you heard it here on Culture Shift on 101.9 WDET FM, Detroit's NPR station. Your connection to news, music, and conversation.